Hello and welcome to our viewers to yet another episode of Two to Tango. So Sapta, I think a lot of vacation time. Hope the year ended well for you.
Yes, it has been a lot of me time well spent, and we are sorry we have been off the grid for some time.
Oh yes.
But then it's January, and a lot of our viewers have already received their admits for the one-year MBAs. In fact, we have received a lot of questions on how they should spend the next 3 months. And if you remember, when you were at a similar juncture, I think at this point you would have been inundated with WhatsApp messages, with committees, with like which course we should focus on.
Absolutely. I think the journey from that getting the admit, sorting your finances, and then landing into that sea of queries and discussions on WhatsApp, etc. It's quite a bit of an anxious time to spend.
Right, and I think it's natural to feel lost. So let's do this. Let's take the next 10 minutes focusing on what are the questions you have and address those, and then bust all the myths that are associated with how you should spend the next 3 months before your admit begins.
Sure. So let's address the elephant in the room. One question that's often been asked by our viewers is there any specific subject or course that they should do prior to starting their MBA journey? So I'll put it to you directly, Sapta. Is there anything that you feel, having done the MBA now, any course, any studies that we should focus on prior to joining?
I think it's a very subjective question, primarily because it depends upon what background you come from, whether you are from commerce, engineering or arts background, and also what your interests are. But again, if you have time, and a capital if you have time, then I think some basic understanding of accounting and some basic understanding of statistics will help you a lot, because then you won't get lost, because these courses are very fast paced.
Absolutely. I think the last point is very, very important to understand, that the course is a very fast-paced course. It's a 1-year cramped course. So often your sessions probably would
12 sessions,
10 12 sessions that your courses would finish. So the idea is not to become a master prior to joining your MBA. The idea is to familiarize yourself with the right lingo, understand what a balance sheet is for probably an accounting, or probably understand what basic probability correlations is. So I think that will help you not fear the subject, especially if it's not been your interest area, right? But I think one thing when I was hearing your answer, I realized when you use that word big if, right? You said if you have time. So I'll ask you directly, did you have time?
Well, to be honest, I never had any time. I got married in February. My course started in April, and March I went for my honeymoon, so no time at all.
Very true. I think Sapta, the reason I asked this question is because I realized, having seen the journey of my classmates, yours, mine, I think with the profile that we have in the class, especially with the 7-8 years of experience of life, most of the people are in a similar juncture of life,
right?
Which means they would not have a lot of time at their hand to spend time with their family. A lot of you would probably be quitting their jobs just prior to joining your MBA course. I think it's very, very important that in the rigor of finances and getting admissions, WhatsApp messages, etc., we forget that the most important thing is spending time with your family. Because remember one thing, this course, being a 1-year course, is going to be very, very emotionally and physically draining.
And I think it's not only about the course being emotionally draining. The reason you need to spend a lot of time with your friends and family is also because that the job that you're going to do after this is going to be even more hectic. And to be honest, you won't get any vacations in the first 6 months, so forget about it. So it's very important you give yourself that time, such that when you join the course, you are refreshed. Because the basic courses of management, such as accounting, finance, are so important, and you should be able to absorb it like a sponge.
Absolutely. I think an important point here you made, right? Back to the whole question of fundamental courses, right? It is very important for you to understand the basics and understand the fundamentals, irrespective of what you want to do post your MBA, what specialization, what type of a job, location, corporate life, whatever you want to do. I think your fundamentals, in especially finance, basic statistics, accounting, is going to be very, very, very important.
Right. In fact, for an example, I'm an operations program manager, but on a daily basis, some part of my job involves me, looking into the different levers of a balance sheet, such as a depreciation or staff cost or amortization. It does not mean that I do a balance sheet, but then it's important to get familiarized. So just connecting the dots out here, why you should do those online courses if you have time. If you don't have time, it's very, very important to spend time with your friends and family, get refreshed, and then the first 2 months focus on the fundamental courses. So Dave, moving back to the start of the discussion, I think you said that these are anxious times, WhatsApp groups and people talking about Indian economic policies, NRC being in fashion, and then debating on multiple topics, and then people also talking about which committees to choose from, Placecom being the most sought after. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's a very important point, because I think we overburden ourselves with a lot many things, and it is not just limited to WhatsApps and committees. You remember those times when we would bombard our alumni and every person we know on LinkedIn, and saying prospective candidate 1 year MBA.
I'm guilty of that.
Exactly, we have all been there, right? And doing that and trying to force our network to suddenly probably astronomically grow, right? I have a feeling that rather than overburdening yourself with doing a lot many things, we should try to allow things to grow organically, right? Don't force your network to grow, because in the end it would not help. Let your network grow organically. For that matter, your participation on WhatsApp, it could be limited to because of your time constraints or a lot of things, right? Don't be forced to be part of those discussions.
Yeah, you need to be looking not a fake, you should be looking the same person in a WhatsApp group and then in person as well.
Exactly. And same thing comes with committees, right? Because committees are a matter of a lot of responsibilities, right? So make sure that you're not force fitting them yourself in a particular committee and all, and there'll be a lot of avenues for you to showcase your real self.
Yes, I think it's important, because both of us we used to be part of the marketing committees in our respective colleges, but then we did it because we felt it fitted into what we really wanted to do. We were interested in that, and it did not come as a burden to us. So remember, any committee that you want to be a part of, it's a responsibility for the entire batch. You should be ready to do it. If not, I think it's not justice to the batch who have elected you for that particular role.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think talking about committees, Satta, one committee that is often the most talked about is the whole Placecom. And yes. A lot of people say, no, is there any advantage of being part of the placement committee? What is your take?
I think numerically speaking, maybe 5%, and that's only 5% of face time that you get. I think not more than that. I think what it probably will take away from you is the time that you would need to prepare for that particular interview. So again, remember, Placecom won't bring you any different advantage to what you already have as part of the batch. It is a responsibility and you should be ready to take it. It's also a conflict of interest if you get a job before your entire batch even gets placed. And just think about it. Are you really the person who want to be in that kind of situations and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's all about whether you are ready to take that responsibility. And let's be honest, let's not force fit, as I've been saying that, right? Don't force fit yourself. If you feel you're rather better off being a volunteer helping out rather than being a committee member, do that.
Yes, and no one stops you even from helping in Placecom. So please go ahead and do that. So be absolutely clear why a committee. If there's no clear answer for that, better stay clear of it. Absolutely.
And I think in all that serious stuff, we often forget one thing, and I keep reminding myself and the others, right, that 99.9% people, this for most of these people, this is the last time they will be spending a life of a student, right? And this 1 year and this last opportunity for you to live like a student, let's make sure that you enjoy it. Let's make sure that you're spending as much of your energy in the positive things and not forcing yourself into something, because probably you're never going to get this student life back again.
Yes, it's important to create memories, because that is what will last a lifetime. If you're thinking about where you want to showcase your leadership qualities, you will get ample opportunities in the college. So wait for it to happen.
So hopefully with all this discussion, we've been able to answer your queries and clarifications.
But one word of caution. We completely understand, it's a moment of euphoria. You're getting into the college of your dreams, the one that you have strived for so many years. I think it's important to stay grounded. Don't think that the world is going to completely transform around you. Yes, you would be a person with some more added skill sets, some more logical thinking, but you won't be a completely different set of a person. So remember that it's very important to, one, stay grounded, two, absorb the knowledge like a sponge. Your basic, your fundamental courses are very, very, very important. And 3, believe in real relationships, the relationship with your batchmates. You are among the 90 or 100 or maybe 700 in case of ISB, the best people of the country. So, and they are going to be leaders in the future. So make connections with them. It's not your LinkedIn connection that survives for a lifetime. It's these real connections that survives. And 4th, committees are good, but you should be ready to take up. It does not give you absolutely any added advantage. So only if you're interested, you should go up for it.
Absolutely. And I think just to sum it all, I would say, remember one thing, this degree, this 1 year is going to give you the foot in the right door, but the best foot forward still has to be yours.
With this, we sign off. If you have any other questions, please do reach out to us. This is Dev.
And this is Sapta.
And we are 2 to Tango.